Okay, here we go. So we are going to test out some of these decks from the tins that I opened recently. So we've got the Xerneas Summer 2016 tin right here. So it's going to feature Xerneas EX. We'll take a look through the cards and check out the deck. So here we go. To be honest, it's a bit of an odd deck. I've already had a quick flip through this, but there's lots of different types. That's the first thing that you sort of recognise from this. And obviously then the sort of question is, how am I going to play all of these unless I've got all these different types of energy? Most of these Pokemon here require their own specific type of energy. There's a few in there like Marwile, which doesn't. It's a colourless energy, so that's alright. Got a couple of colourless Pokemon there as well. And here's obviously the main feature of the deck. We got the Xerneas EX. Really good. I really like the attacks. I quite like the breakthrough attack because that can attack the bench, so you can take out some of the weaker Pokemon at the same time as dealing 60 damage. You've obviously got your strong attack as well. And then there's also two Xerneas here. And this is where the deck is interesting because you've got that Rainbow Force, which is the reason for all the different types that you have in this deck. You've also got that Power Creator for healing. So there's a couple of potions in there that I can see trainer cards. And as you can see, we've only got Electric, Grass, Fire, Fairy, and then Rainbow energy. So that can be anything, but it does damage your Pokemon as you put that on. So it's, you have to play it at the right time. So let's see how we can do in this game. So I'm just finding an opponent. Okay. So we've got the advantage. A bit strange, he's got a deck. Again, his deck seems to have quite a lot of different focuses in there. So he's going to call it coin flip. And let's see. So he's going to choose who goes first. And he's let me go first. I tend to usually just go first. I know you can't attack in the first game. Oh, brilliant. There we go. That's some bad luck right there. So, drawn a terrible flop there. No Pokemon whatsoever. Lots of trainer cards and two random energies. So, he'll be able to get an extra card before we even start. That's a shame. So, let's try again. Oh, no basic Pokemon. So, we're going to have to try again. This is not a good start for this deck. Okay, right, now we've got something that we can work with. So, yeah, just checking out. See, we didn't have any water energy in this deck, so the only attack that Remoraid can do is, well, it can't do any damage, so we're in trouble there. I can use that rainbow energy, I suppose, but I'd rather save that. Obviously, the main focus of this deck is going to be the EX cards. Okay. Right, that Bridget card's going to help us a lot. We're going to be able to draw into Xerneas quite quickly, and there's a Fairy energy as well. So that's going to be really useful. Here we go. So I can either choose 3 basics, or I can take Xerneas EX, which I'm obviously going to do that. There we go. So they got nothing on their bench. They're starting with an Entei. That's pretty good, but that Entei, its particular attack, relies on stuff. I think it's on my bench actually. I'm just checking out what Smeargle can do here. So yeah, I think I'm going to power up Xerneas, to be honest. Get ready to hit hard. So we'll see if he draws into any more basic Pokemon or plays them onto his bench. 120 is going to be quite hard to take out, so I'm not going to be able to do that quickly enough to win the game that easily. Okay, so another random Pokemon. So again, if I want to use Stunfisk, I'm going to have to use that Rainbow Energy at this moment in time. Got a couple of Fire Energy, I've got no Fire Pokemon, so I might as well play that onto Xerneas, keep powering him up. So, let's see what our opponent does. What they're going to play. So we're just going to wait for him to decide what he's going to do. It's quite surprising that he hasn't played any energy on there, but obviously without looking at his deck we don't know. When we first came across this guy, he had, think there's 4 different types of energy on there, so he's probably got energy cards, but they're not fire energy. So he's just drawn 2 cards, discarded 1, put 1 into his hand, so he's going to do an energy retrieval there, which isn't the best option, but it's probably his only one, so he's able to get 1 out of the discard pile there. So another different type of Pokemon, but I haven't got Rolls, so I can't play it. And I haven't got that Xerneas, the non-EX version. So I'm going to put that Rainbow Energy onto there. The main reason being that I need 2 Fairy Energies, there you go, to do that X Blast attack. So I just need 1 more energy card, and then I've got that super powerful 140 strength attack that should be able to take out almost anything he puts onto the board, barring any EXs, of course. So maybe he was that desperate for energy. That's really surprising. So looking at my options here, Smeargle only needs 1 energy to retreat, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll put Xerneas into play, and then I can actually use Xerneas attack. Entei hasn't got the right energy to actually cause any damage to me, so it's not going to be an issue. And I can take it out in 2 turns. There we go, 60 damage. If he had any Pokemon on the bench, I'd do 30 damage to whichever Pokemon I wanted on the bench. So obviously I didn't get the full advantage of that attack, but he's got to play something on the bench this turn, otherwise it's game over. So there we go, he's going to play a Chespin onto the bench. Okay, so he's played an energy onto that, so he's obviously giving up on Entei there, which I think is probably the best move. But I don't think Chespin's going to be the answer there. So he's still searching for energy. It's not going to work. Well, there you go, there's that Fairy Energy, so unfortunately I needlessly put 10 damage onto Xerneas, but might as well use that Fire Energy. I haven't got any fire Pokemon, I think there's only 1 in the deck anyway. So there we go. Didn't need any more than that, might as well do 30 damage to Chespin, just in case he evolves it this turn. Well, either way I could still do that 140 damage attack next turn anyway, so I think this game is pretty much wrapped up unless he plays an EX or something onto the bench. So we'll see what he's doing. Okay, so he's powering up, he's gone beyond the energy requirement. Okay, so he's going to heal it. It's not getting the maximum out of that because that would normally heal 60 if he needed it. Very strange. Okay, so he's overpowered it but hasn't got an evolution. Bit of a strange move there. Not really sure what he's playing with that. But this game's won in that case. There we go, 140 damage. He's got nothing left on the bench. Victory. Yeah. Okay, so it seems quite powerful. The limitations of the deck obviously being like that water Pokemon straight off the bench. Not the best thing to get. Really difficult. Stunfisk again. Could have used the Rainbow Energy on either of them to at least start it, but not great. Luckily I was able to work around it. And of course I had to draw 2 mulligans right at the beginning, which is not ideal, giving them an extra 2 cards in hand. But in this case it didn't really matter. I guess they were suffering from the same thing as I was, from that energy spread. So there you go, loads of extra damage dealt, and they just didn't deal anything. So, okay, what I think we'll do is, we'll maybe try another game. Oh look, 50 coins, nice. Yeah, and obviously you get the bonuses for playing online as well. So, I think that's another 25 coins. Excellent. So yeah, we'll try another opponent and see if the deck has similar results, whether that was just a one-off luck, which I think it was, to be honest. Once I've got that Xerneas powered up, there's not a lot that's going to stand in its way. The only thing that blocks it is that you can't do that 140 damage attack twice in a row. But still, 60 and damaging the bench is a really useful thing. So I would go for heads. Yeah, there we go. And I'll choose to go first as well. Perfect. So this deck looks to be predominantly a fire deck. So we'll see how we fare against this. Okay, so we've got a slightly better draw. We've actually got a fire Pokemon and a fire energy. So just looking there, do an extra 20 damage for a tool card being attached, which yeah, we have got one. We've got that float stone, so that will also be good because it's no retreat cost. So very nice. Again, I've got that Remoraid, which is probably not going to be much use to me, but we'll put it in anyway. Okay, so they're drawing a mulligan, so we'll get an extra card. We'll see what he plays onto the field now. Yeah, I'm just checking that out. Yeah, no retreat cost, that's right. Cool. So that'll give me an extra 20 damage with this Heat Maul, and I'll be able to pull it back whenever I need to. Yeah, I'm going to take a card. Okay, not ideal. Okay, so another Entei being played out here, so not going to be super effective, but 1 energy, a float stone, and I'll be dealing 40 damage, so 120 health that Entei's got, so 3 turns it's going to take me to take him down. Of course, that'll be 3 more turns because I'm first player, so I can't attack this turn. So we'll hand it over to our opponent. He's got some stuff on the bench as well, that Torchic and Victini. Okay, so he's actually got some fire energy, unlike our previous opponent, so we're not going to be too far away before he starts to attack us. So, okay, he's just going to pass it over, he's not going to search for more. So let's just check him out. He does an extra 20 damage for each Pokemon on my bench, which could be a problem if I want to power up that non-EX Xerneas later. Yeah, I'm thinking of that Stunfisk, but I mean I haven't got it at the moment, so I'm going to start building up to 70 and try and dispatch this Entei as quickly as possible, because obviously I want to keep my options open later, and obviously this deck is like that non-EX Xerneas is definitely based on having lots of different types of Pokemon on the bench, so Entei is actually a really good Pokemon to combat this deck. So I need to get rid of this as soon as possible and hope that he doesn't draw into another one. So I think he's only got 1 energy on that anyway, so he must be doing an energy search. And he must have found he's deciding where to place that energy. Okay, so he's powered up his Entei now, so, but still at the moment the maximum amount of damage he's going to do is 40 to me, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, again, I haven't got a grass Pokemon. I want to save that fairy energy in case I get a Xerneas in a bit. So still full health on Heat Maul. I'm going to do 70 damage there. So we're on 110, we're 10 away. But he's going to be able to deal some damage to me this turn. So I haven't got the most amount of health. We've only got 100 HP on Heat Maul. So if he does 40 damage, we're going to have 60 left, which is not an ideal position. So he's going to look for some more basic Pokemon, probably to put on the bench. We'll probably, yeah, there we go. So there's a Fennekin, so he's probably going to have a Braixen start evolving stuff here. So fairly well set up. Just I'm going to take that 40 damage, unfortunately. If I got through this unscathed, I'd be feeling a lot more confident. But we'll keep going. Okay, so we've got Artillery. Now there's no water energy in this deck, so unless I draw 2 rainbow energies and then put another energy on that, it's not the greatest, and it only does 40 damage. But what it does give me is its power, which means that I can draw up to 5 cards in my hand. But at the moment, I currently have 5 cards in hand. So the other thing is the Professor's Letter is going to be really useful later, because I can pick what energy I want from my deck. So if I get anything specific that I need, I can pick that out, hopefully, unless it's in my prize cards, which then I'll be screwed. Okay, so he's starting to power cool right there. So I've not come across this one. It's usually the other one that has that strong 20 attack for 1 energy, or I think it's 80 for 3, but you've obviously got the chance of losing an energy. So he's going to deal 10 for that, and if you flip the heads, he can attach a fire energy. Let's discard pile 2 Torkoal, which would obviously power up his next move. So I've got half health left, and I haven't really got many options left, so I'm going to draw some fairy energy and really hope that I get Xerneas now. Really could do with that now. So I'll just keep going. I'm going to keep attacking, do another Heat Blast, so it's 70. So that's the majority of its health. So unless he heals it, I'm going to take it down next turn. So it's going to be interesting to see whether he starts powering up some of his other Pokemon, because he's not going to get enough to do his top attack to me. So hopefully, yeah, there we go. So he's going to start powering up Bryson there. So we'll see where he's going to go with that. So I guess he's going to do another 10 damage to me in a second. Let's see, unless he's got some other tricks up his sleeve. Hopefully he's not going to find some way to do 50 damage to me, because otherwise I'm going to be in serious trouble here. So he's going to play Tiano, draw 3 cards. He's got plenty of cards in hand. Here we go, so an Evo Soda. So who's he going to evolve? Okay, so he's now got a Combuskin on the bench. So he's got a couple of strong Pokemon on the bench, and I've got nothing. And there we go. So he's going to attach a Fire Energy there, but it's not going to matter. I'm going to take it down. But I've only got 40 health left. So here we go. So Stunfisk has got 110 HP, so it's not bad. It can take some damage, but realistically, I've got no Lightning Energy. I've got Rainbow Energy, so I'm only going to be able to get that first attack, which is that Revenge, which will deal a serious amount of damage. Yeah, I'm going to play this XP share onto that, because obviously otherwise the 3 energy there, I've got Lightning Energy on Heatmore, so I'll be able to transfer that across. Play a Fairy Energy, save that Rainbow Energy, gives me a lot more options later. That's definitely the best way of playing that. So I've sort of resigned myself to thinking that Heatmore's going to go. He's done well. I've got 2 prize cards out of it, so I'm happy with that. And we've got a Fire Energy there, which is, I think there's only 1 Heatmore in this deck, so it's just going to have to back up as a Colourless Energy for me. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a Blaziken on the bench. That's going to cause me some serious issues later. So I haven't got anything that can deal enough damage to that quickly to take it down. And obviously if he starts powering up, so he looks like he's on the back foot, and then suddenly he's going to swing back. And really, I haven't got much to respond to that at the moment. So definitely not home and dry yet. Okay, here we go. Another evolution. So he's going to be looking for a Delphox, I guess. It's the only one he can evolve. Yeah, let's check out that Blaziken. It's 130 damage to discard an energy. Whoa, okay. That's going to take down pretty much anything that I've got, even the non-EX Xerneas. I think that's only got 120. And he's putting a Muscle Band on it, so that's going to do 150 damage. It's an extra 20 damage. That is going to be a problem. So he's going to do his energy retrieval, so that is very, very bad news. He's easily going to be able to power that Blaziken. He's going to get another 2 energy from his deck. Is he going to get 2 more fire? Yeah, he's powering up. So this is bad. He's got 1 fire energy on that Blaziken. He's got 4 options to put more on there. But he didn't power up his Bryson, so I'm going to be able to do some damage this turn to that. But I think, yeah, he only needs 1 more energy. He's going to be able to do 40 next turn anyway. So it's not looking good. Okay, right, here we go. So we've got Xerneas. So I need to get 3 energy onto Xerneas to do that Rainbow Force. And at the moment, that I need to have some diversity on the bench to make that effective. Otherwise, I'll have to go for 4. So let's get Xerneas on the bench. I really don't want to do any damage to that. But I've got that Rainbow Energy in it. I might have no choice. So, yeah. Start with what we've got. So we need Fairy Energy. Need to put it on to power up his attacks. Let's put that on Xerneas. Gonna try and do my best here with Heatmore. There's no point in retreating him at the moment, because I've got that Stunfisk that's going to do the maximum amount of damage with that Revenge attack. Okay, so not how I would play it, but he's powering up that Blaziken. He could have taken out Heatmore and forced me to play something else. Okay, there we go. He's got it in hand. So, okay, he's done it. I'll take that back. Very good. Right, the experience share, I'm going to take that and put it straight onto Stunfisk. This might be a slight flaw in his plan here, because now he's knocked out a Pokemon, I'm going to get that revenge attack with Stunfisk, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. So that's actually going to do a good amount of damage. So I'm happy with that. So I can do. I'm more focused on that Blaziken right now. He's 1 energy away from doing that super strong attack. So okay, I'll choose a card to discard here. I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of Curly. I can't do anything with it. I haven't got rolls. So okay, I've got some good options there. But as this deck focuses on Xerneas EX, and I need powerful Pokemon, there we go. I'm going to take that. Also, it'll be another type of Pokemon on the bench, which will increase that non-EX Xerneas. It will increase his attack. So I think I'm all done for moves here. Yeah, just keep powering up. It's a toss-up between the EX version or not, but I've already put an energy on the non-EX. Let's get him out there. Also, until I deal with that Blaziken, if he knocks out the EX card, I am really going to struggle, because he's going to get 2 prize cards for that. Ah dear. So I did 100 damage and he's going to heal 60 of it. Okay, but we've still got 40, so that's not bad. Problem is now that Stunfisk is going down. There's nothing I can do about that. So there we go, 150 damage. So I'm going to have to play the non-EX Xerneas there. I'm going to have to put 1 energy on there. I've got no choice but to do that primary attack. So I need to draw another basic Pokemon of a different type to put on the bench to maximise the amount of damage I'm going to do this turn. And if there's any way to draw more, that's not what I need. Okay, that's not great. So I'm going to have to play an energy onto it, because I need to attack that Blaziken. And it's whether now, yeah, I'm going to discard my hand. I need to draw into loads of basic Pokemon. Yes, so 7 cards. Here we go. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that Fighting Fury Belt's going to be useful, because that gives me an extra 40 HP to any basics, and obviously Xerneas is a basic, and I'll do 10 extra damage. So I'm definitely going to play that. Got an Ultra Ball. Could play that and draw a different type. That'll give me some more damage to do. So I've got to get rid of 2 cards. Now I've already discarded 1 hand, so I'll get rid of that. And I'll get rid of the other Xerneas. I've got enough Xerneas on the board now. So I'm looking for a different type that I can play straight out onto the bench. Yeah, I only need 1 energy to do an attack there. It's Colourless Energy. Rather than like Snorlax, where I need 4 energies to power it up. I'm thinking of options for afterwards. Could get Rolls, but again, I've got rid of Curly earlier. So I think Marvel is going to be my best option there. Play that onto the bench as a Steel type. There's only one of those in the deck as well, so I'm not going to draw into another one. Oh yeah, hang on, Artillery. So there we go, I can draw up to 5 cards, so this might be useful. A Snorlax, so that's another colourless, so there we go. I've now got 4 different types on the bench. I'm going to do an extra 10 damage from that Fighting Fury Belt. There we go, 140 damage. That was brilliant. Xerneas was almost certainly going to bite the dust there, because we know that he's definitely got enough fire energy in his hand to power up that Blaziken and do 150 damage, and that Fighting Fury Belt would have just saved me if he'd found a way to do 10 extra damage. But we worked around it. We've managed to get enough onto the bench, and now he's going to really struggle. I've got 3 energy on there. I'm going to be doing 140 damage a turn. So look at that. So I've got all different types of energy. Of course, I'm going to start powering up Xerneas EX there as an option, just in case he somehow manages to find a way to take out my Xerneas. So we're now 4 prize cards down. We've got 2 left to go. He's got 2 on the bench. Let's see. So he's got a Brights in there. Let's see what he is going to do now. And there we go, he's conceded. Realistically, we were 2 turns away from victory, unless he had some sort of evolution. He's obviously weighed it up in his mind that he hasn't got that. So there we go, that's 2 different games, 2 victories, and 2 different ways of playing that deck. I did struggle with certain aspects of it. As you can see, I was just lucky that I was able to draw into that Marwar and that Snorlax to get me enough power to kill his Blaziken, so I was able to deal with that. Yeah, so there you go, got some rewards as well, very nice. Yeah, and look at that, way more damage dealt, but he did heal quite a lot, so it was quite good. He had the slightly higher attack as well. MVP was Heatmore, so very nice indeed. Excellent, and we got 100 coins as a bonus, very nice. So the deck did have some limitations, and I'll just go through those quickly now. So there's a Glade in this deck, which, whilst it's quite cool and it's a fighting type energy, it never really came up, wasn't an issue, but I think actually a better option is this Gardevoir here. It can use its Bright Heal ability from the bench to heal all your Pokemon for 20 damage, and it powers up the non-EX Xerneas, its second move, Power Creation, giving it 80 plus 80 every time it's healed. Really, really powerful. So I quite like that option. And instead of that artillery business, I thought I had a look through, maybe like this Pampor, Simipour options. No water energy required. It can do damage, 60 health, it's not too bad. And this one, it has an option you can actually get the grass energy out of the discard pile. So there's grass energy in that deck. Of course, you can always change the energy, but this is just some options just to change, and you can do some damage for colourless energy. And some other options that you can have to keep a water Pokemon in that deck is maybe like Froakie here, 50 HP, a colourless energy for a 10 damage attack, and obviously then you can evolve it to Frogadier, and it does another 30 damage for only 2 colourless energy. So much better options there, I think, personally. That's what I would change anyway. So there we go, guys. Yeah, so the Xerneas EX is sort of like the centerpiece of this deck, what the deck is focusing on. I really like the card, it's got some really powerful attacks. Love the art, love the fact that it's Shiny Xerneas, but actually I think this deck is really more built around the non-EX Xerneas, even though there's 2 and 2 in the deck. That Rainbow Force had devastating power, and that's obviously the reason why we got loads of extra different types of Pokemon, different energy, and all the headache that caused. We've also got that Power Creation that does 80 plus 80 damage if you're healed in that turn. And obviously there's a couple of potion cards and stuff which we didn't use in the game, but they're there. So thanks for joining me, really appreciate it, and hopefully you'll join me again for another one. Cheers, bye.